Alrighty, hello and welcome back to Fantasy Premier League D Unit's journey. FPL D Unit here, and again, my screen is doing some weird stuff. Layout editor, let's go back here. Alright, there we go. Alright, we're back in business. This is looking good. Very exciting. Yeah, whack yourself in the comments, get involved. And look, there's lots of things to talk about today. I am looking at potentially a -8 in my team. I can't even believe I'm saying that, but it's definitely possible. So we'll have to wait and see if that is how it plays out. But I'm very keen to see what everyone else is thinking in regards to their teams. So we'll have a look. Good morning. Hello, Jan and Asmia. Good morning. Yeah, it's good afternoon for me. It's almost evening time for me. And without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. All right, there shouldn't be an echo anymore, hopefully. I do not know what was going on with that. There was some weird looking echo. I think I know what that was now. Yeah, I've just found out what the problem is. There we go. All right. I think I've sussed it. All right. Let's check. Yeah, no more echoes. Very good. All right, let's go. Okay, apparently we're not going. Okay. Let's just scan that then. Oh my God, I don't know what's going on here. I think my internet's died or something. Hold on. All right, we're going to... Hold on. There we go. All right. Whoops. I do not know what's going on. All right, that was some weird stuff. Sorry. I pressed a few weird buttons. We're back. I don't know what was going on there. That was really weird. Morning, I've done a -4. Jack, yeah, look, -4s are perfectly fine. Keep your comments coming in. What a disastrous start that was to the live stream. I don't know what happened there. I just got like a blank screen and it didn't play what it was meant to play. Not good start. Not a good start. 7-year-old Rogers, if I already have Kirkes and Clive, I've been thinking about it since yesterday. 7-year-old Rogers, if I already have Kirkes and Clive. I think you go with Semenyo. I think Semenyo is the pick for me in regards to that. I really think that is the pick. Obviously, I've got some transfers to make as well today. I forgot to mention that, and we're going to talk through my team, but I am actively thinking about taking a -8 this week so I can roll transfers next week in Gameweek 29. But without further ado, let's jump into the press conferences from yesterday. Now, I'm going to try and make this slightly bigger so we can hopefully see the stuff a bit more. Get rid of that. Don't know why it's showing up with that ad. So Arsenal, there's not much to report here other than the fact that Saka's still out, Havertz is still out, Jesus is still out, Martinelli's still out, and Tomiyasu is still out as well. Lewis Skelly is back from suspension, so that's looking pretty good for them. All good, buddy. Aston Villa ruled out Ross Barkley, Anana, Mings, Torres, and Kamara all available. So Aston Villa looking pretty good. Light strength. I just wonder if they've got the come down of the Champions League again. That's definitely something that's happened over the previous times. Bournemouth, Zabani is obviously still out. I've said his name horribly wrong. Unai, Sensei, Arajau, and Adam Smith out. But look, if Allenton's back, this is what he said. He played well against Wolves in the Cup. He looked quite natural, and it's very good news for us because obviously he's very important. I hope he continues the same way. Now, for sure he needs, I don't know, these things need more time, but he's training normal. He's playing normal. So let's hope that continues like this. That would make me think that Valentin's probably a highly strong chance of starting this particular game week. I'm just not sure 100% whether that will be the case, but I think potentially that he will. Like based off that, like based purely off that alone. Brentford, who's been out, in and out, Sepp van den Berg. Apparently, there was some news that Sepp van den Berg might actually be closer to coming back from injury. I just don't think he's a good option. And against Bournemouth next week, I don't think Sepp van den Berg is actually that good of a player. He might get you 1 point, but I wouldn't be counting on him to do too much for you there. Brighton and Hove ruled out. Lamptey, Dunk, Veltman, Cataglow, Julio, Milner, Steele. They've got a few injuries there. Matt O'Reilly might play. Matoma's available. He just had a bit of cramp. Just had cramp, so he'll be an option for tomorrow. For the rest of the team, it's the same. There are no new injuries or no new news, so the options will be the same. Lewis Dunk is closer, but still not an option. Herzl's normally pretty straight and down to the point as well, so I'm not too worried about that. Fabian Herzl on what he will do at right back. All right, so Matt's Whiffer or Jack Inselwood. One more question. Yeah, go ahead, bud. Go ahead. Just whack your questions in there. I will try and answer all your questions as they come in. Nicholas Jackson still injured. Madwakey, Modric, however you say his name. Gay. Gusto might play. Lavia might play. Available. Chalaba's back. Okay, that's interesting. He's okay. He's better. They just said to me that probably he could be available for Sunday's game also, so hopefully we can have him for Sunday's game. Enzo Maresca on Gusto. Okay, that's cool for him. Mikolenko, Kirkez, or Aina for this week. For me, it's Kirkez, I think. I think I'd have it Kirkez, Mikolenko, and then Aina. I feel like Man City are going to score some goals against Forest, and we're going to have a look at that a little bit later in terms of what it means for my team. West Fafana return on the bench. Romeo started to work with us. That's good news. That is good news for our Chelsea assets going forward, particularly if Romeo is keen. The rest are out. International break. Weird. Who is the best Dango replacement? It depends on how much money you've got, Jack. How much money have you got to spend? If you've got the same amount, it's probably Minte from Brighton. If you've got slightly more, it's probably Alanga from Nottingham Forest. But preferably you'd have more, and then you'd be able to go up to someone that costs a little bit more. All right, Mateta is doing well. He's at home and his recovery is going well. He had no fractures or concussion. Healing from the huge wound is going as we expected. He will go to Marbella with us next week and be just training individually. That pretty much means Mateta's out. If everything goes how we wish, he will be available versus Fulham, the FA Cup tie after the March international break, which precedes game week 30. So Mateta's going to miss 2 game weeks, essentially. So that's not too bad. Yeah, that's all right. Andrew Ferguson, good day, Dean. Hello, Andrew. Good day to you as well. I've taken a -4 out Hothead Cunha and unluckily Lewis Hall. Yeah, and in Woody the Woodpecker. I like that. And Guavio. Yep, good moves. Also planning -4 game week 29 in Haaland, Alanga, out Isaac and Palmer. Look, I'm actively thinking, like, Andrew, I'm going to talk through my team very briefly once I've gone through the press conference notes because I haven't actually bothered to read them until now because I think it's always handy to look at it on stream. But I'm actually looking at taking a -8 this week to get in Haaland this week. I'm not convinced Palmer's going to actually do any well against Leicester. So I'm going to talk you through this scenario as well and what it looks like for my team. But I'm actively thinking about it. It's just a matter of what I choose to do, that I think is going to, whether it will pay off or not. The likes of Dwight Neal, Ndai, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, fallen our 4 players who are needing back. None of those 3 are really close. That's good for Beto owners. Fulham, no real news there of any kind of thing other than Lukic out indefinitely for the next 2 games. Traore is still a doubt. Tede on the pitch doing some individual work, but Kenny, okay, all right, this is still out. Tede's getting closer, so Castagna, if you've got a Castagna player in your team, maybe that is one that you might have to start looking at in terms of getting rid of. Ipswich Town, is anyone in there that anyone actually cares about? I don't think there is, so we're just going to skip over them because, I mean, some people might have Christian Burgess. He's going to be in the squad this weekend, hopefully. So some people have him. Other than that, no one else has any other Ipswich players outside of Greaves, and there's no news there on Greaves. Leicester City, there's nothing. Not even a press conference note there from Rude because everyone knows they're going down. This from Arnie Slot. For me, the one against Southampton is by far the most important, not only because it's the first one we play, but it's a very, very important one for us. So if I make the choice to play other players, that is because I think that is the biggest chance to win the game tomorrow and not because I want to rest them for the game against PSG. So the only way I make a change is because it's only 2 days in between and then I might feel that playing someone else is a better option because we have many players that are of equal quality, but then that then only has to do with us getting a bigger chance of winning the game against Southampton than it has anything to do with the PSG game. I think you take PSG... I think you take Arnie Slot on face value there. I think that makes a lot of sense. So for me, I think that, that's what it is. Oh, okay, I'll have a look. One sec. All right. Wissa or Beto, Cunha replacement. Need someone for 2 game weeks since I work on 30. Please help. I think you go Wissa or Beto. Yeah, what Bob said. All right. Hold on. Bocky, you sent your team. Aha. I've got it. I think I've got it. Let me know if I've got it. Right. I'm just reading it out now. Areola, Sells, Alexander-Arnold, Kirkes, Gabriel, Greaves, Hall, Mo Salah, Sarr, Palmer, Neto, Dango, Cunha, Isaac, and João Pedro. Am I reading out the right team? And how many transfers have you got? You've got 2 free transfers, 1 million in the bank. Cunha's a problem that needs to go. I'll be bringing in Chris Wood for him. That'd be my first move. And then your other move, you've only got Trent sitting on the bench that's not playing next week. I'd probably go Hall to Munoz in your position with your 2 free transfers. If that's my personal opinion, Boki, that's what I'd be going. Yep. All right, yeah, that's what I'd be doing. Munoz and Wood. You've got the money to do it, I think. So Hall, you've got, it only costs you 0.1 for Hall to upgrade from Hall to Munoz because you got him at 4.9. And then Cunha, you got at 6.9. That's going to cost you 0.3. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Those are the 2 moves I'd do. Hello, Ben. How are you? Which one would you bench out of Bowen and Buemo, Clivett, Wood, or Watkins? Holy hell, that's a tough benching decision there. I think realistically speaking, from that amount of people, I think I'd bench Watkins. I've got no reasoning for you except that Aston Villa play poorly after they've played in the Champions League, and that's purely based off that alone. All right, best person for Hall, and should I use transfer now or next game week? Captain Salah? Yeah, Captain Salah, 100%. Good morning from Trinidad. Good afternoon from Australia. Nice to see you in the chat, Antonio. Best person for Hall. Look, I've got this problem in my team, and I'm going to actively be making the Hall transfer today. On this stream, I'll be making the Hall transfer, and at the moment, there's 4 possible solutions for me. 1, I go to Munoz. 2, I go to Aït-Nouri or Doherty. Or 3, I go to Wan-Bissaka. Those are my 3 options. I'm going to talk you through what they all look like, but they're all interrelated with other moves. So that's where it comes into. That's where it does become a little bit tricky. So, yeah. Definitely Mo Salah captain. You in your team, Boki, you would definitely vice captain Palmer, because if Mo Salah doesn't play, Palmer's probably the best one. All right. Hopefully all these people asking these questions in there. All right, here we go. All right, I'm back in the actual chat live so I can actually see what's going on. All right, let's press that button there. That looks pretty good. Let's move that forward. All right. Okay. Yep, we're still good. All right, so I think Slut will probably rotate against Southampton today. Cody Gakpo as well. If you have Cody Gakpo, he's just a sell. You should have sold him weeks ago. I don't know why you bought him. I never really recommended him. I didn't think he was a good transfer. Oh, good, Boki. Should I sell Haaland for Palmer? What? Hold on. Did I just read that correctly? Nisag, hello. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. Please feel free to drop a sub. Should I sell Haaland for Palmer? Hell no. I'm actually thinking about selling Palmer for Haaland. I don't know if you've got that round the wrong way, but there's no way you are selling Haaland for Palmer for 1 week. From next week onwards, Haaland is a far superior option to Palmer, I think. Hello, Subtle Brick. Nice to see you. Join over from TikTok. I'm here for the next 2 hours. Well, next hour and 45 minutes now. I have Rodgers and Watkins. Do I play them or sell them both for free? And if so, who? I would have 16 million to spend. Who are your other players in your midfield and forward line, Antonio? If you can just whack that in, I'll be able to piece together the rest and give you some advice. For me, I'm all about Jared Bowen playing, to be honest. I think Newcastle are not going to show up on Monday night. I think they'll be no good. Yeah, I have tried to avoid tripling up on players from teams this year. I feel like quite often it can go super well or it can go super poorly. and I think that you kind of want them spread out across your team. The fact that all the Bournemouth players, I feel like I'd be quite confident, especially in a couple of weeks' time, playing a Valenson, Clivert, and Kirkes. They all sound like pretty good. I don't know about a double up in the defence. I'm not sure about a double up in the midfield either. Cheers, man. Thank you. Good luck to you as well. Cheers. I love that you like it. Honestly, if you want the actual good videos, the YouTube channel is definitely where you need to be checking it out. I definitely put a lot more effort into this than I do TikTok. I literally just put that in on there as an afterthought, really, more than anything else. Manchester City, Ake's out. Look, someone asked me about Kusanov today, and I didn't understand why Kusanov was coming into anyone's line of thinking. I feel like $5 million for what Kusanov offers from Man City is, I don't even know why people were even contemplating him. They're seeing someone I'm definitely not. Man United's injury list is horrible, so other than Bruno Fernandes, no one else is worth a go against them. Newcastle United now. This is what he said about Isaac. Now, lots of people asking me why at the moment I've got Isaac on my bench, and this is why. You tell me what Eddie Howe means by this. Yeah, he's fine. Sunday he came off. He was just feeling a bit fatigued, I think, towards the end of the game. A bit tight in his body, so we withdrew him. Just trying to think back to this week. And I think he's trained every day. Yeah, he's good. What does that even mean? You think back during the week and you think he's trained every day? He either trained or he didn't. Like, what do you mean, Eddie Howe? I just can't trust that man at all. Can't trust that man at all. My team, Pickford, Trent, Gab, Munoz, Palmer, Salah, Clivert, and Wermo, Wood, Isak, Wissa, Bench, Fabianski, Dango, Guaviol, Robinson. I think you've got that team pretty good this week, man. That looks like a pretty good team. I like that. I think you got it right as well, like with the benchings as well. You've got such good defenders. I feel like potentially you've got too much money tied up in your defence, but that's something you can probably change on your wild card. I'd still say play Semenyo instead of Rodgers. Yeah, I would still prefer Semenyo, I think. Rodgers is so unpredictable. Every time you sit there and think, I'm just going to bench Rodgers and he's going to do nothing, that's when he scores. And when you think that Rodgers is going to do nothing, when you think he's going to do something, he hops on the field and does absolutely nothing. So it's highly frustrating for sure. It's a really minor operation. Fenn Botman's out as well. So that's really good for Dan Burns' minutes, Livramento's minutes. I just think Newcastle they're getting the injuries and these suspensions and everything else all at the wrong time of the season. I'm scared for them. By the way, Awoni is actually shorter odds to score a goal for Nottingham Forest against Man City than Chris Wood. So I don't know if the bookies know something that we don't, that Nuno wasn't telling us. But if the bookies have got Awoni scoring at higher odds than Chris Wood, does that mean that Chris Wood's going to get benched? I'm not sure. But I just thought it was really weird. Got sent it to me in a photo before from a mate of mine on the betting app, and I just thought that was a bit odd. Honestly, I'd still, I think he'll play. He doesn't like Ranieri versus Arsenal. Yeah. I mean, Ranieri coming in against United isn't horrible. I just don't think Ranieri can be trusted upon. Ranieri reminds me a bit of Spurs. You don't know what you're going to get. And I don't like playing players you got no clue about what you're going to get. That's the best way of describing it, really. Kulusevski's out, by the way. Rickardsson and Dragusin. Solanke could be available, but he took a knock when he came back from injury. Paquetá could be back for West Ham, but Somerville, Fulkrug, and Antonio all still out. Graham Potter is definitely the table bonus manager this week, by the way. He's a lot more consistent than Ange, a lot more consistent than Amarin. Good chance. Wolves obviously have Cunha out, Mascara, Calidaz. Mate, I can't even pronounce half the Wolves' names. I'm just going to give up on doing that. Gonzalez, Chiwomi, Agabu. Agabu, apparently, that's the guy. Someone asked me on TikTok which defender to go for $4 million. That's the guy. Agabadu, I think if he's a defender, it's him. $4 million he is. He could be coming back into the team. Wolves obviously have that amazing fixture run. All right, now onto my team as it stands. So this is the squad currently. All right, should look fairly decent. I'll just blow the screen up a little bit. And we can blow it up one more. All right, there we go. So that's the team. At the moment, I've got 2 free transfers, 1.2 million in the bank. And I'm going to show you the 4 different options I've got for my team this week. And you guys tell me which one you like the most, because I do not know. All right, start 3 out of Gakpo, Raul, Dangu, Rogers, Kirkes, and Castagna. All right, so you've got to start at least one defender. So you'd start Kirkes over Castagna for me. And I'd probably start Raul. I think I'd start Raul. I'd just make a transfer. I'd just get rid of Gakpo this week. Get rid of Gakpo for anyone that's decent. Chris Wood, Wissa. Great moves there. That's what I would do with that. I'd just get rid of Gakpo. Get rid of him. And then you play Raul, whoever you bring in for Gakpo, and Kirkes. And I'd probably bench Dango and Rogers. All good. Team training now. Oh, I love it. Dylan, you got to get that training in, mate. You got to make it to Man United so we can actually score some goals. So, yeah, I'm all for the team training. That's the reason I can't afford... 4.5 million. That's the reason I can't afford Haaland. Was going to replace Rogers, but I don't know who when I already have Kluivert and Blermo, Semenyo, Rogers. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of cheap midfielders. You must have a lot of money tied up elsewhere in your squad. Yeah, they are. They're all pretty good. Hi, mate. Hello, Freddie. Nice to see you again. Do you like Atara and Raul to Kluivert and Evanlinson? Do I like Atara and Raul to Kluivert and Evanlinson? I like the Kluivert transfer. Not going to lie. I'm not sold on the Evanlinson one yet. I feel like there could be a little bit of rotation between Evanlinson and Otara. But the fact that Evanlinson has now started a game makes you think that, and they've had a week between games, I would think that Evanlinson will start. So if that's the case and he does start, and I knew 100% that he was going to start, I'd recommend the moves. Yep. All right, so this is what my team looks like. 1.2 in the bank. Now, I could just play it stupidly boring this week, and I could just add Munoz. I have 0.8 million left in the bank, and then I'd play Munoz, Alexander-Arnold, Kirkes, Robinson be on the bench, and then I'd leave Isaac on the bench up front. So that would be the lineup. So that's one potential scenario. I'm going to open these up in new tabs so you guys can see exactly what I'm thinking about. Open link in a new tab. Let's go there. Boom. All right. So the second option is doing something like this. Just bear with me a second while I think about what I'm going to do. So I could do, I think it's Doherty. Oh, what? Doherty's now yellow flagged. What do you mean? All right, that's disappointing. Maybe that rules out that potential move. All right, that might put a spanner in the works on that one. Let's go a different one. All right, Wan-Bissaka. So I could bring in Wan-Bissaka there. I really want, and there's 2 options here, right? So Cole Palmer, this is really annoying because both these players changed price over this morning, but I could go Jared Bowen. And I could get rid of Isaac this week because I just don't think Isaac's going to do anything. And I could go a week early on Haaland, and I need to find 1.1 mil. So this is where it gets a little bit interesting. So I could either get rid of Alisson Becker, which you would think would make some sort of sense. So let's go. So it's either here, it's either Sarr. It has to be Jose Sarr. That would be the goalkeeper from Wolves. Then I'd have, so in Gameweek 29 then, I'd have Sarr in goal. It would be Wan-Bissaka, Kirkes, and Milinkovic in the defence. In the midfield, it would be Kluivert and Blermo, Bowen and Fernandez. And then up front, it would be Wissa, Haaland and Wood. So like Gameweek 29 looks amazing. I take a -8 this week to do it. It just looks really good on paper, right? Tell me that's not a really good squad to take into Game Week 29. As a fellow Irishman, do not get Doherty. That's all right. He's yellow flagged. That literally just ruled him out straight off the bat for me. I had really strongly considered getting Doherty before this though. The other move is that I just don't do this. This is going to sound interesting as well for people that are watching, but there is a world where I just don't play a goalkeeper next week. And instead of Bowen, This is why I needed the Doherty move. Because Cole Palmer dropped in price, it's made this slightly harder to do. So Gibbs White would come in, and originally I was able to afford this because Cole Palmer hadn't dropped in price, right? But now he's dropped, which is why potentially this move may now wait till next week, and I might just move Munoz, and then next week take a -4. I really don't know is the honest answer. Or I just take a -8 next week. So, like, really, this is what I want my team to look like in 2 weeks' time. I think that's probably going to be easier to show everyone than what I do it. So, let's just get rid of all these blokes. Bowen. Keep your questions coming in about your own teams as well. I'm literally just playing my mind to figure out what the hell I'm going to do this week. So Bowen could come in there. I really like Bowen. And why do I like Bowen? Because Bowen has like Newcastle at home, which I think he'll score in. And then they've got a really good run of fixtures, except game week 32, which is potentially when I might free hit, FYI. He's got an amazing run of fixtures through to the end of the season. Provided he stays fit, Jared Bowen is going to be popping for like most of the rest of the season. And I want to get on board that train, is the honest answer. The fact I can't quite do it without a -8 this week is problematic. The other things I want to do, I want to get in Munoz because I just think Munoz is incredible. Or I just forgo Munoz. So in this reality, I would just not bother going there, right? Like I just forget about him. I mean, realistically, I want him for this week. If I want Munoz, it's for 28, 30, 31 at home, and 32, not flat. In fact, the fixtures from 31 to arguably 36 are probably no good, and they've got Liverpool the last game of the season. So, like, the Munoz play is, like, so short-term that maybe I've gone this long without him. Maybe if I just bring him in on a free hit to play that Crystal Palace game. Like, I'm basing this off the fact that Crystal Palace beat Fulham in the FA Cup. Because if they don't, free hitting in 32 makes so much more sense. You can literally free hit, bring in 6 players, 3 from Newcastle, 3 from Palace, and then you just set your team up for the other games that are going to be double-double. So, for example, if Fulham win, then I've already got Robinson in my team. I then look to probably bring in Raul Jimenez for Wissa instead up front. Like, there's so many different options I could do. So I'm not sure if bringing in Munoz is the correct play. There is a world where I do this instead. And I still think that Trent leaves in the next few weeks, even though he does have an amazing run of fixtures. I just think they're going to focus on the FA Cup or whatever. So I could get rid of 8 Nori here, and that could be 8 Nori. What am I on about? There we go. And as you can see there, I can then put Becker back in goal. So I could do those 4 moves, and I'd have exactly the right money for it. In fact, I didn't realize I actually had the right money to do that, but that actually looks pretty good on paper. But I obviously don't want to... This is the quandary, right? I don't know what I want to do, and I don't know what moves I actually want to do this week, and that's why I'm so torn. I'm torn between Wan-Bissaka and I'm torn between 8 Nori. Dirk-Bear. Do you rate teams? Yeah, go ahead, man. Whack your team in the thing and I'll let you know what it looks like. Pickford or Flecken? For this week, Flecken's got Aston Villa. Pickford's got Wolves. I'd probably be erring towards... Oh, that's such a toss call, that one. Just flick a coin and see what it comes up with. Let's do that. I've got something here I can flick. All right. I've got this. If it's engraved, if it lands on the engraved side, and this is what I do when I can't make up my mind on something. Engraved is Pickford, non-engraved is Flecken. Right, let's see what it comes up with. Not engraved, play Flecken. I love a bit of chance. FPL is all about the chance, honestly. Sometimes you can call things and then sometimes you can get them horribly wrong. Yeah, my hero. I hope I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, man. I've had a pretty rough week at work this week. But outside of that, it's been not too bad. FPL's definitely helped me take my mind off it, which is why I haven't actually made any moves. And I find if I'd had my time again, I actually think that before Bowen and Palmer changed in price overnight, I probably would have done Bowen, Haaland, Wan-Bissaka for Hall, Isaac, and Palmer this week. The fact they've changed, it means I've got to make a fourth move in order to do what I really want to do. I mean, and the reason why I don't want to do... So I could go cheaper, right? Like, let's just go back there for a second. I can get Gibbs White. It just doesn't fill me with so much confidence. The problem is I've only got 4.3 to do this Hall move, which is problematic, right? Like and that's why Doherty become an option at 4.3. But it doesn't make any sense, right? I don't really want to. In fairness, though, this man's been pretty good. If you look at his stats, I mean, since game week 17, he's got an assist, clean sheet, goal, clean sheet, clean sheet. It's not bad. For like what you're paying, it's not bad. I just don't think it's a good move. Now that I've seen that he's yellow flagged, it's not a good move. Enigma, how are you? All right, go on. Am I starting Aina or Robinson? For me, it's Robinson. I'm starting Robinson over Milenkovic, and I think Milenkovic is better than Aina. Hey, man, hope you're good. Not sure whether to risk Isaac starting or play João Pedro. I'd play João Pedro. I've benched Isaac in my team. I'll show you what my current team looks like so you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. So my team currently, as it stands, is this. So Alisson Becker starts in goal. Trent starts against Southampton. Kirkes and Robinson are starting. Then it's Palmer vice-captain, Salah captain, and Mbeumo, Kluivert, Bruno Fernandes, Wissa, and Wood. And I'm benching Isaac for the second week in a row. And I've obviously got Hall on the bench, which needs to be changed. I actually was thinking about just rolling the transfer this week, but I need to move Hall out. Because if Trent does get rested from this game tonight and Milenkovic plays instead, I'm not confident Milenkovic does very well against that Man City forward line. Good morning, Nick. How are you, buddy? The governor is in the building. The governor is in the building. Go for Agbadou for Hall instead if money is an issue. I could. Let me have a look what that looks like. I've heard that Agbadou's back in training. Like so many people, I just don't want to jump before I see a player actually play. Like that's the problem for me. Where is he? So 8 Nori. He hasn't even played, has he? So he'll be down here at like 4 mil. Agbadou. There he is. Oh, he's got 9 points this season. When did he last play? All right, so he played 90 minutes against Arsenal, 90 against Aston Villa. Look at him, man. He looks like a nice, big, mean man. He's got a name called Emmanuel as well. I've got a player that plays in my team that is called Emmanuel, and he's a quality player. All right, so they bought him for game week 21. So they bought him during January, which makes you think he's going to start if he's fit and available. That could be an option, you know. And if I wild card, then it's all good because he's not going to. The only problem is at 4 mil, who's going to buy him? Like, who's going to make him rise in price? Like, that's the quandary I've got. I don't want to just buy an asset that's likely to do nothing. I'd rather someone that's going to make me some money. If I'm even if I've got no intention of really playing them that often, I still want someone that's going to make me money. Cheers, man. Also, bias aside, do you think Man U get anything against Arsenal? Because I'm really tempted to play double Arsenal defence with Saliba and Gabriel. I think the odds of a 0-0 draw between Man United and Arsenal are pretty high. Arsenal can't score many goals, and Man United are god-awful up attack. All I would say is Bruno Fernandes, if Man United do anything, it will be because of Bruno Fernandes. And that's why I'm starting him. Based off that logic and that logic alone. I'm going to buy him and he will rise up. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, he's an option. Let's just whack that in. Now I've got 0.3 and I can still do the Morgan Gibbs White and Haaland transfers next week. And they would still be for free because I'd still... Sorry, no. If I don't do them this week, because they're not going to rise in price, right? And realistically, I'd let Palmer go because I thought that I'm going to play him this week and Isaac's going to stay on my bench for one more week. I just feel like the reason why I wanted to pick someone else this week instead of Agbadou is because I just want someone that's got some sort of likelihood of actually getting an attacking return, which is why I love the Munoz pick. I mean, I could just do Munoz this week and leave it for another week, 0.8 mil in the bank for next week with 2 free transfers. It just means next week, if I want to get Haaland in, it will require... Well, I can still get Haaland. I've got 5.8 mil to spend. So if I did that, let's have a look at the midfielders. What midfielders are good for 5.8? So I could go for Iwobi. No. Rodgers, he's not playing. Semenyo's an option maybe next week instead. Double Bournemouth midfield. It actually doesn't look that bad. Brentford at home, Ipswich at home, West Ham away. Maybe that's the play. That could be a play. Let's have a look. I just hope the choice of picking Semenyo instead of Rodgers pays off. Rate my team is my code. All right, let's have a look. All right, bear with me. I'm just going to look that up on my phone, so just bear with me while I wander off for a second. Aaron Creswell, West Ham 3.9. Now, someone else had mentioned that to me, Andrew Ferguson, during this week. Let me have a look. Hold on. I mean, I'm all for cheap defenders, right? Creswell. Creswell used to be the bomb as well. I remember when he used to rack points up. So 9 points last week. Played 90 minutes. 6 points against Arsenal. Played 90 minutes. Didn't play the Brentford game. Not sure why. Played against Chelsea 86 minutes. Played against Aston Villa 90 minutes. That's pretty damn good. Who's playing on the right then? Is Creswell playing on the left back and Wan-Bissaka's playing on the right? Can anyone tell me if that's correct or not? While I quickly look up this team. Hold on, let's copy that. Copy. Okay, hold on. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just going to quickly see if I can look this up. All right. Fantasy. To see. All right, let's do that. And let's go to... All right, import your team. Let's have a look. No. Toolbox. All right, FPL. All right. FPL rate my team. Here we go. All right. 344,811. I never agree with what Fantasy Football Hub says, by the way. By the way, Fantasy Football Hub gave me a follow the other day. I was like, maybe they're going to induct me into the cartel so I can actually sort out some of their poor decision makers in there. All right, your team's not found. What? Am I putting this in right? 344,811. Why is it not coming up with it? Have I put in the wrong numbers? Oh, man, I wish I could look up your team, but according to this, that code does not exist. Team not found. No. What's your manager name? Try searching again. Maybe it's stuffed up. No, it's definitely not coming up with anything. I can look. Just give me your manager name and I'll have a look, bud. Aaron Wan-Bissaka plays right back, 4.4. So who was playing left back before? Like, who was playing left back earlier in the season? Was it Kufau? Let me have a look. Let's have a look at West Ham. This intrigues me. 3.9 opens up so many avenues, right? 4.4, Kilman. Was it Kilman? No, Kilman wasn't playing left back. Emerson was playing left back. That's who was playing left back. And he hasn't really been playing much. It's hard to tell what's going on here. Tobito plays centre back. Skulls. Now, are West Ham playing like 5 defenders or something? What's going on here? They all seem to be playing in the back line. Oh, Mayers is definitely not playing. Ali K. All right. Yes, it was Kufal. Okay, all right, brilliant. Thank you. I needed the governor here. I knew someone would be able to help me. What's going on with this team, though? How many defenders are they playing? Like, they're all playing minutes. Mavropanos is playing off the bench. Tabito is playing 60 minutes. Emerson's playing 24, none. What's going on here? Governor, help me out. He's out of favour. Okay, all right. How confident, Governor, would you be on recommending a Creswell transfer? Like, how reliable is Creswell? If I, like, bit the bullet, got in Creswell, where is he? I mean, that opens up a few more possibilities. That definitely opens up 6.9. Let's have a look at that. What does that get me? Let's go back to midfielders. All right, let's change the price. We want 7.3. Let's do that. So Matoma's an option, Iwobi, Rogers, Soboslai. I mean, that's pretty much the same options, isn't it? There's no one there that screams, pick me. Gibbs White's definitely the one I think I like the look of the most. Plays 90 minutes. And Forest have that amazing run. Like Ipswich away, Man United at home, Villa away, Everton at home, Spurs away. I mean, their run for the rest of the season after this week against Man City is incredible. Like, maybe Morgan Gibbs-White is actually the pick I need to go for Cole Palmer. But I just delay it this week and don't do it. Because I don't feel comfortable playing triple Forest against Manchester City this week, which is why I don't think it's a good move this week. He might have a double in 33. It depends on whether Brighton beat Nottingham Forest. If Brighton beat Nottingham Forest, Brighton and West Ham will double in 33. If Brighton lose to Nottingham Forest, they won't have a double in 33. Yeah, I agree. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I just don't know about... Good morning, Peter. How are you, bud? Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, this is the problem. Like, it looks good on paper, right? Like, that's why I liked Wan-Bissaka, because I feel like Wan-Bissaka is 100% nailed. Like, he is 100% nailed. But Creswell, I mean, he literally plays 2 games, then has a rest, 2 full games. I just wish I had a bit more confidence. Like, West Ham obviously have a nice little run of fixtures. If I played it for 3 weeks, then played wildcard in 31, Creswell's like a short-term punt. As long as he plays next week, we're good. Everton away, that's the game I really need him for. Does he play Everton away, Nick? If he plays Everton away, I think I could go Creswell. Or do I just play safe and just pump up an extra 0.5? I still like the Bowen move, though. Like, part of me just really wants Bowen. I don't know why I want Bowen, but I just do. I just wish I'd done this morning. When I was thinking about it, before the stream, this would have been a hell of a lot easier. I mean, 10-2, 10-6, his last 4 games. Like, Bowen is in form. And he's got those 2 10-pointers against Chelsea and Arsenal, and they're not, like, crap teams. I really like him. And I really like the run of fixtures. It's hard to sit here and not think that he's a great move. Simon Change. Hello, buddy. How are you? Would you start Pedro over Bruno? Yeah, I think I would. I think I would start João Pedro over Bruno. Even though I own Bruno, I just think that Man United against Arsenal, Arsenal's defence is pretty damn elite. I think they're the favourites just outside of Liverpool to keep a clean sheet this week. Yeah, I wouldn't get Creswell. It's risky. 3 Bournemouth players. Wish me luck. I think it'll be fine, man. I actually could go to 3 Bournemouth players myself. It's not the worst move in the world. It's definitely something I like the look of. I just like Jared Bowen. I feel like it's either between Jared Bowen or Morgan Gibbs-White. Jared Bowen means 100% I have to make a fourth transfer. And if I have to make a fourth transfer, I might as well move Becker out of the team in order to field a goalkeeper next week. I think. I just don't go with Jared Bowen. These are such tough calls. Like, they're honestly such tough calls. Or I just leave Hall there, right? And I get rid of Trent and I bring in Guaviol. How do you spell his name? There we go. Defenders. And then next week I don't have to make a move. Next week I would just play Guaviol, Kirkez, Milenkovic. That looks pretty good. And then that's just going to cost me -4 this week. And then next week, if I really wanted, I'll have 0.1, which will get me nothing. Except if I move Becker, which is frustrating. I'd like a goal. Is there any 4 million goalkeepers at play? Let's have a look. I don't think there is. I don't think there's any 4 million rated goalkeepers that are playing at the moment. Let's go 4.1. Fabianski, Leicester's one. He's not playing in goal, is he? Nah. Steele, no. Neto, no. Oh, hold on. Who's this guy? Nah, he's not playing. Ward, how about Ward? Is he playing? Surely Leicester need to make a change in goal. They're not. There's no one there that's playing. That's depressing, man. Why couldn't they have just not sacked him until later on? Hello, Bunty. How are you, buddy? Yes, what is your predicament? Let's have a look. Hold on. Include manager name. All right, Ali K. Ali. Sorry, man. I got a little bit distracted. I'm still finding nothing on you. Am I typing in the right numbers? 344811. It's definitely 344811, right? I really want to rate your team, but I can't bring it up. Let's try Ali K H A L I L I. Let's see what that does. No, can't find your name through that either. Oh, hold on. Let's try this. Where is it? 344811. 344811. Importing. Oh, here we go. We're in business. I can rate it. I found it. I don't know what I did. All right, let's have a look. You've got Sells and Fabianski in goal. That's fine. Your team's rated 87 out of 100. You need to move more. You need to move Hall out. Get rid of Hall. And your defence is sweet for next week. Mo Salah and Mbeumo Palmer, Clive at Rogers. You just need to move. You need to move Rogers, Cunha, and Hall the next 2 weeks. That's what you need to do, Ali. Yeah, I got ya. I've got your team. That's all you need to do. You need to move Cunha out. I'd recommend Chris Wood. It doesn't say how much money you've got in the bank, so I'm just guessing here. But I'll be moving Wood out. Wood in for Cunha. Rogers out for any one of the players we've just talked about. And Hall out for any of the ones I've been talking about and looking to get into my team. That's what I'd recommend. Mateta to Wood, or hold Mateta and have Mikolenko or Wanyeri. The next 2 weeks, I think Wood's a way better pick than Mikolenko or Wanyeri. So I'd be inclined to go Wood. All good, bud. All good. I finally found it. Sorry, I don't know what was going on, but I've just tried on a different internet browser on my laptop while I'm streaming from my computer, and I think I finally figured out how to do it. All right, let's get back to working out what nonsense I'm going to do here. I'm still tempted by this -8 that I did earlier in the day. I just wish I had more money by doing this, because I really think that I do want Guaviol for Trent eventually. Probably before game week 30. So like then it's like Hall's like an issue that I've got a little bit of time because I could still like but if he drops again, then I've got a problem. So I've got to make sure I move him out before he drops again, which is highly likely before the West Ham game. So I have to deal with him. Like, he has to be dealt with. I don't want to lose any more team value in him. So then it's just a matter of eyeing up who I like the most. Maybe there's a player in here I can predict that's just going to pop off. That will just start rising in price, right? All right, you did Cunha out for Wood. I don't know, for Hall and Rogers, I have 0.3 and 2 transfers now. All right, so if you've got Hall, what's your selling price on Hall? Your selling price on Hall will dictate a lot. So selling price on Hall and selling price on Rogers would be ideal. If you could let me know what they are, I can then have a look for you while I'm looking for a Hall replacement myself. I mean, there's no one else I like. Wan-Bissaka is still an option. He's definitely going to play, right? Like, Wan-Bissaka is 100% going to play. He's got pretty good attacking threat as well. And surprisingly, he's actually got 2 goals, 3 assists for the season, which is pretty good. 0.12 expected goal involvement per 90. West Ham have definitely looked better defensively the last few weeks as well. There's a lot to love. There is a lot to love. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure whether I want to spend up 4 million on my defence. Maybe I do. Maybe I want to spend up more money. I've really got no clues. Absolutely no clues. The good news is I've got another hour and 8 minutes to think about it, and you guys can sit here and listen to me think my thoughts out aloud as well for the next hour as well. Selling price on Rogers is 5.4 and Hall is 4.8. Oh, sweet. Hall to 8 Nori. That gives you an extra 0.1. And then, hold on, let me just look at your team again. All right, so Rogers is 5.4. So if you bought in 8 Nori, and they'll give you 0.1 more, so you'll have 5.8 million to spend on a Rogers replacement. Who would I recommend for that? 5.8. I feel like Semenyo is a really good shout, you know. I know it's a double up on the Bournemouth midfield. It's either that or you go for an Alanga at 5.3, I think Alanga is now. 5.3? Let me have a look. Midfielders, Alanga. Yeah, 5.3. He's really good as well. He's gone off the boil a little bit the last 3 weeks, but they have played Fulham, Newcastle and Arsenal. That has to be taken into account. But from next week onwards, as I said, Alanga's been great form. Quite often he plays in the front 2 up top with Chris Wood. And I feel like he's the kind of player that will terrorise Man City's defence. So I think I really like. I think I would recommend Alanga, Minte even, or Semenyo for them, for Rogers. And then I think 8 Nori is probably the pick for Hall for you. Either that or Wan-Bissaka. Alisson, Gabriel, Trent, Robinson, or Mikalenko. Salah, Palmer, Rogers, Clive, Isaac, Wissam, Mateta. Do I straight swap Wood or start both Mikalenko, Robinson, or start Nwaneri? I'd definitely bring in Wood. I'd definitely bring in Wood for Mateta. Yep. I would much rather play Wood instead of the others. I mean, I say that now and you're probably blank, but I'm playing Wood in my team and benching Isaac, so I have more faith in Wood than I have in Isaac this week. And Wood doesn't need much to score. I know he blanked last week, but that was only because he didn't get a half-decent chance to do something. 0.16, exceptionally low chance. But like outside of that, he's been brilliant. Like, he scores off stupidly low XG chances. It's just hard not to recommend him, really. His worst run of games this season has been this stretch here where he went 2-2-2, Tottenham, Brentford, Aston Villa. And outside of that, he's been brilliant. He literally returns every other week. So he blanked against Arsenal, so he's due for a return against City. Let's go on, Amedes. Why no faith in Isaac? I just don't think they're going to play him, man. I really don't think they're going to risk him. I don't think they're going to risk him. I wouldn't risk him. Newcastle, it's not like Newcastle win trophies all the time, right? Like, this trophy is a big deal. They haven't won anything in so long. It's a bit like Spurs. Like, Newcastle and Spurs share a lot of history. They don't know how to win trophies. So if your best player, after you've lost Lewis Hall, after Anthony Gordon suspended, probably your two next best players this season, you don't want to be risking your third one that asked to come off in the FA Cup the week before. I just don't see a world where... I just don't think he plays, is the honest answer. I don't believe a word that comes out of Eddie Howe's mouth either. Eddie Howe said, I think he's been training all week. You think. When you say you think, that basically means you've got no clues. That's the way I read it. Yes, he might have been pictured there with strapping on his leg. And if he's been pictured in training with strapping on his leg, why the hell would you play him? Why the hell would you play him? Like, it makes no sense to play someone that's got strapping in their leg when you've got a final less than a week later after that game. That's just the way I say it. I still have no clues what I'm going to do with my team. Yeah, so Hall for 8, Nori sounds good. And Rogers for Alanga. Should I do it? I'll do it with, I'll have no transfers and I have free hit but not wildcard. Look, I've got most of my chips available still. I don't have my assistant manager chip anymore. But outside of that, I've got everything else. And I'm probably going to take a -8. So, and I will have no free transfers either. So if I'm doing it, I'm happily to recommend everyone else to do it. But it doesn't mean you should. But that's definitely what I'm thinking about doing. Yeah, I agree. Enigma's bang on. I don't rate Newcastle at all. If we look at their last few results, they've lost 4 of the last 6 games. And they've been hammered by Bournemouth. They've been hammered by Man City. They were well beaten by Liverpool, who definitely took their feet off the gas. Nottingham Forest scored 3 at St. James's Park. And the only convincing win, and they didn't even keep a clean sheet there, was against Southampton. So, like, the run of these 6 games in a row where they won, the last 6 have been anything but smooth sailing. And if you even have a look at Isaac's form in that time, and hold on, let's go to Isaac. Where is he? Forwards. This is why I've gone off, like, playing Isaac. Like, yes, he either hauls massively, 16-2, 13-2, 2, 13-0, or he gets nothing. It's feast or famine for Isaac in the last 6 weeks. And all those games where Newcastle have lost, blanks. So what I'm basing my prediction is that I don't think Newcastle beat West Ham, and I don't think Isaac's going to return. Even if he plays, I think he's on track for a 2. That's my honest opinion. If I was a betting man on that game, that's what I would do. No, I do have Palmer at the moment, but this is my transfer page. So I do have Palmer and I do have Haaland. My bad. This is my team currently as it stands for this game week. That's what it looks like. But I'm just weighing up whether I think that Erling Haaland outscores Palmer this week and whether Bowen plus Haaland outscores Palmer and Isaac. And I think that Bowen and Haaland does outscore Palmer and Isaac. But is it worth a -8 to do it? That's the question. Do they outscore him by 8 points? Because if they don't, it's not worth the transfers. Failure is in Spurs DNA. It is 100% the governor. Hello. Good morning from Kentucky. An American viewer. Hello, buddy. Welcome to the chat. First time I've ever seen you in here. What do you think about starting Kudos over Dango? The governor will be able to answer this. Nick, what do you have to say on that? Do you start Kudos over Dango? He is a a Hammers fan, so he'll be able to give you some good advice on that. And Kirkes over both Mikolenko and Milinkovic. I'm starting Kirkes over Milinkovic, so yes, I think you should be starting Kirkes over both of them. He's in great form. Jazia Fion, would you go Dango to Bowen on a free transfer or roll? I would 100% go Dango to Bowen on a free transfer rather than roll. I love that move. I want to bring Bowen into my own team. I'm trying to work out whether it's worth a -8 to do. So if you could do it for free, I would be there in a heartbeat. Absolutely there in a heartbeat. There he is. I would love to do that move. Like, it just looks so good. I mean, I could do this move this week for a -4, and I just keep Hall and I transfer him out as soon as the deadline passes, and I play with 10 players next week and I just don't play with a goalkeeper. Like, that is an option. I think I'm quite happy to do that. It could be a good move. Yeah, -8 is crazy. I agree. But it could be worth it. Like, I'm top 5,000, right? I'm 4,687. Most people over the next 2 weeks are going to take some sort of a hit, right? They're going to take a -4. They might even take a -8 to fix up problems in their team so they don't have to use a free hit. I could potentially take the -8 this week, and then I don't have to make a transfer next week. And then all of a sudden, I'm looking pretty good. I go into game week 30, 2 free transfers. I can move out a Wissa to a Raul, depending if Fulham beat Nottingham Forest Fulham beat Palace or whatever in the FA Cup, and then really set up my team without having a wild card, because I've already made these moves that have set my team up for that bench boost with this -8 rather than wasting a wild card to do it. And then in game week 34, when maybe other teams are really focused on Europe and other players are getting rested or whatever, play my wild card later, set up my team, or maybe I'm just massively overthinking it. It's one or the other. I just don't know which one it is at the moment. Would I start Hoydson or Robinson? I would start Robinson. Also have TAA and Gabriel. Yeah, you play TAA and Gabriel. Hope the TAA plays. Make sure you get your subs right with your benches this week, because there could be some rotation. Also, guys, if you're joining the chat for the first time and you're whacking a comment in, please smash the subscribe button as well. No problems at all, bud. I love giving input, so yeah, just keep whacking your questions in. Bench 2 and start 2 out of Aitnori, Mikolenko, Kluivert, Langer, and Buemo. You start in Buemo and Aitnori. Hold on. No, you start in Buemo and Kluivert. Bench 2 and start 2. And I'd bench Mikolenko and I'd bench Langer. Or if you've got that other pick, you're probably benching Aitnori and Mikolenko, playing Kluivert and Buemo, and benching Langer. If that's that might be what you're doing, and then you're playing a 3-4-3. Yeah, that makes sense. Kudos is a good differential, starts every game. However, Paqueta is now fit, so he may be shoehorned straight back into the team, where Kudos will be shifted to the left where he's ineffective. There you go. I love a Hammer's input. It's much better when you ask someone that watches the team regularly with like input that's actually looking at it. When I watch the games, I'm looking at players that I think I want in my own team, and Kudos, unfortunately, is not a player that I've really looked at as wanting to put into my own team. Yeah, well, if you feel Isaac goal, just play Isaac. I'm not really feeling anything from Isaac, which is why I'm benching him, is the honest answer. Yeah, I agree. Well, watching Kudos, he's an amazing player, as the governor says, but he just goes missing in games. I'm definitely transferring Palmer out. I just don't know if I'm doing it this week or if I'm doing it straight after the deadline. It's one or the other. Haaland's price is going to rise, right? Haaland's price is definitely going to rise. Also, if you guys want to talk all things fantasy, there is a WhatsApp group that is free. I don't charge for it. If you look in the video description, you'll find a link to it. If you click on that, one of the boys will accept you. So it's a good place to just whack stuff in if you haven't actually If you just want a quick response and other people to talk about it other than just me, because obviously I am based in Australia and sometimes I miss things. Yeah, so I would recommend you join that as well. What else we got coming in here? Switch tall for 8 Nori. I know it's going to be pain owning him. Feel like Milinkovic would have been the safe option. Yeah, Milinkovic from next week is really good. And the problem is with my team, I haven't got a really cheap defender. So every week I have this conundrum where I'm like, who the hell am I benching this week? And I always end up tending to leave points on my bench. It almost happens every single week. Milenkovic was obviously sitting on my bench last week, got 5 points. But who could have predicted he would have got 5 points last week? So it is what it is. It definitely exists. It's either that or I've got it in the wrong one. Hold on. That should definitely be correct. Let me see. I'll have a look at it in a second. Maybe the governor can do it while I'm in here because I can't actually leave my screen because I'm reading the chat on it. He might be able to share a link to the group, maybe. Or maybe I have to because I'm an admin. I'm not sure. If not, I'll leave it as the last comment on here. Once I finish the stream up, I'll whack it in the comments. So just check back and hopefully it will be there. It should be on any of my videos, though. If you go back and have a look at any one of my videos that isn't a live stream, it should be in there and it should work. Touch wood. If it doesn't work, let me know because I might need to update the link for it. And then, sorry, Bonte, I'm going to get to you in a second, bud. I'm just quickly reading through the rest of this. Yeah, see, I originally was sticking with Palmer for this week as well, Justice. That was my plan. But the more I've thought about it, the more he sucked. He didn't do anything in the Conference League either. So, like, is he actually going to do anything? Or have we just all held him for this amount of time to be completely ghosted by him? Yeah, and I love a punt. Punt's so good. Mikolenko or 8 Nori, bench 1. I'm benching Mikolenko. Mikolenko all day long. He's got no attacking threat, Malika. I know he got an assist last week, but potentially not. All right, Mateta to Wood, game week 28. Rogers and Allison to Bowen and Sells, game week 29. Or roll 28. Mateta, Salah, Allison to Haaland, Bowen and Sells. Haaland, Bowen and Sells. No hit. I like the Haaland move, but I don't like the... but I don't like getting rid of Salah. Getting rid of Salah just doesn't feel right. I feel like Salah's just going to keep playing in the league. He's just going to keep this all-time scoring system up. For me, selling Salah is not coming to my brain at all. Unless Liverpool win the league, and when that happens, maybe it's a different conversation. But until they win the league, I will be keeping Salah in my team. I haven't done it yet. Saddlebrick. I'm still weighing it up. I'm still weighing up the costs involved. I'm just trying to work out whether it's worth it. So, all right, here, bear with us, folks. I could do this. It's just coming to my line of thinking, right? So I could do haul out. I've just realized that this is a move that's possible. So I could do hold on, get rid of that. Defenders. So Wan-Bissaka, the governor's going to love this. I could triple up on West Ham here, but only play So this week I could do a -8. So it would be Guardiol, Wan-Bissaka, Bowen and Haaland in for Trent, who could potentially be benched. Hall, who's obviously done for the season. Palmer, who's been underperforming. And Isaac, who I'm expecting not to play. And then next week, I could just roll Fabianski to either Jose Sarr. Now, Sarr's got... get rid of that. Goalkeepers. So Sarr's got Southampton next week. And that is the only week I would need him for. So he could come in next week for free. And then that would be the team in game week 29. So I'd play Sarr in goal, Guardiol, Milenkovic. Yep, he's got Ipswich. I'd probably play Wan-Bissaka. Oh, no, I'd play Kirkes against Brentford, I think. With Guardiol. I mean, maybe I don't need... Maybe this person just needs to not be... I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe I just need to... I just need 0.2 million. That's the problem. I really wish I didn't have to do that. And if I did that, it's 4 points, right? 4 points. I get rid of Hall next week for someone else, and then maybe that's the plan. And I just roll with 10 players next week and only take a -4 to do it. That could be what I need to do. Maybe that is the move. It's a good differential team. All right, sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked then. Where are we up to in the comments? Yeah, I agree. That's my other line of thinking. I mean, I could still do this next week, right? I could do this exact move next week for no points. Like, I could do it all for free next week. But I'd still have Hall. I'd still need to move Hall because I'm going to lose value if I leave Hall there any longer. And there's no way he's going to go a full week without losing value. So I would have to sell him. I'd still have to take a -4 next week. So it's either a -4 this week or a -4 next week and play with 10 players. That's essentially what it's coming down to, I think. Yeah, I agree. Exactly. Sure, safe FPL is no crack if we're all safe and boring. Yep. Who should I start, Clivert or Alenga? Clivert all day long. He's on penalties. He's playing Tottenham. Tottenham are crap. That's a short answer. Do you think Haaland is essential game week 29? No, he's definitely not essential, Bonte. But I feel like I just want him because I can afford him. So that makes me want him. It wouldn't be a bad idea if you went Bruno to Semenyo or Bowen to Semenyo. I would be more inclined to go Bruno to Semenyo, but Bruno to Semenyo or Bowen to Semenyo. So Bowen's not in my team currently. That's currently Palmer, right? So sorry, this is it's annoying because it looks like they're all in my team at the moment. They're not. Bowen, Haaland, Guardiol, and are not in my team. These three players down the middle. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. You'll see it in a second. Haaland, Bowen, and Guardiol are currently not in my team, but these are what I'm thinking about doing. Let's have a look. Would you sell Isaac plus Palmer next week to bring in Haaland with no option to wildcard for the rest of the season? Yeah, 100%, Brody. I love that. I don't mind it at all. I think Palmer's gone massively off the boil, so I don't mind it at all. Does anyone think Matoma is a good buy? Matoma is a good buy. He apparently only had cramp. He's available for selection, so I don't mind that at all. Eva, start 2 from Dango, Sarr and Rogers. You're starting Sarr and... Oh, where's my Bournemouth fan when I need it? I feel like I'd start Sarr and Rogers. I feel like they're more of a minutes security than Dango, who with a Evangelisson back might be back on the bench or back on the left wing instead. JC in the house. I don't know what I'm missing there. Hopefully nothing too bad. Bruno versus Leicester looks so good. He's the one player I'm worried about not having. I know, that's why I'm keeping Bruno. Otherwise, Bruno will be on the chopping block. Don't get me wrong. Bruno would 100% be on the chopping block. Ideally, I need to make some money so I can get Bruno back to Phil Foden. But I'm not sure how I do that yet, right? Which is why this Guardiol move, I'm not 100% certain on. Hello, Rahi. Yes, we did miss you, bud. Hall dropping price 0.1 on Sunday morning according to Live. It probably is. Let's have a look. Live FPL. Let's open this up. Live FPL price changes. Here we go. Okay, why does it do that? Live FPL. I just want the... mate. Also, this is my game week 27 status when it eventually loads. It was a pretty good week, right? Pretty good week. These are the threats to my team. Isaac, Gabriel, Cunha, no longer a threat. Can we go to like game week 28? Hold on, where's the prices? Here we go. Aha, this is what we wanted, right? So Munoz is expected to rise in price tonight. I hate the way the ads come up on this screen and like cut out the players' names. I don't want that. Just get it off. Oh, no, I don't want to double click on that. I need to get ad blocker on here so this crap doesn't come on. So Munoz looks like he's rising in price. Wissa's going up in price again. Are you kidding me? Come on, baby. He can make me some more money before I flog him off. And Kedia Wan-Bissaka's definitely going up. Jao Pedro 8 Nori's definitely going up. Sa. Is Malia Sa's going up? Okay, interesting. Beto potentially. Marmouche, Munoz. I'm surprised Haaland's not on here. Like, it's interesting. Is he on the next page? Still not on the next page. That's weird. Are people just not bringing him in? Is it just all talk? Where is his name? Search for player. Haaland. There he is. He's due to go down in price again. Are you kidding me? 85.17% towards 14.6. That can't be right. Honestly, that can't be right. That's definitely not right. It's not possible. Let's get rid of that. Get him off. Who's predicted to fall? So Cunha. Wow, Cunha's going again. Hall. Giwiz, Gakpo, Kulusevski, Ahmad, Mateta, Rogers, Dubravka, Emerson. I mean, some of these ones are completely wrong. Like Trent rose in price overnight. Nobody predicted it. Nobody predicted it at all. I just do a boring move like this week. Maybe that's the play. Let's get rid of him. Get Areola. Where's Areola? Goalkeepers. Areola. 1.6. That leaves him 1.6 next week. Is that going to be enough? I don't know. Is it? I'm not sure it's enough. Hold on. All right. How much money does that leave me for next week? 21.3. How much is Haaland? 14.7. 6.6. It's just not. I don't want Gibbs wide over Bowen. Maybe I do. Maybe this is the sign that all these moves I want to do make more sense if I go. I mean, the Guardiola one with Trent is out is nice. That way I don't have to worry about Trent starting tonight, right? Like who plays tonight again? Let's have a look who plays tonight. Let's see who governs this. So Liverpool play Southampton tonight, 11 o'clock. Wow, there's a 4 a.m. kickoff tonight. Oh, my God. Football's on literally all night. That's scary. That is scary. What's my team value? 108.3. It should be on the screen. Yeah, 108.3 mil. It's actually gone up overnight because Wissa rose in price. Palmer obviously dropped, but Kirkez also rose, and so did Mbuemo yesterday. So my team value is probably approaching 108.6. So I've got really good team value. I'm just not sure. I'm legit not sure what I'm going to do. Part of me is like, I definitely need to make a transfer this week. Hall has to go between now and the start of Gameweek 29. He's going to lose too much value. That's why, like, I'm so torn because, like, I want to get Jared Bowen in because I feel like Jared Bowen's going to keep rising. He's going to be more popular than Gibbs White, right? Like, Gibbs White compared to Bowen, there's a lot more Hammers fans than there are Nottingham Forest fans that play FPL. So, yeah. Yeah, mine's pretty much risen all season long. There's 33 people in the chat. I don't think I've ever had 33 people all live at once on a deadline stream. So thank you everyone for joining. If you are new, please smash a sub as well. Like the stream as well. That'd be handy. Share it with your friends too. Honestly, I do not know what I'm going to do here. I'm not sold by this Agbadoo at all. I mean, part of me is like, I could bring in. Maybe I just take a punt. Maybe I take a governor punt and just go Creswell. 3.9 mil. Dirt cheap. As long as he plays next week, we're good. I mean, I don't even need him to play, really. I just need him to not suck. Armin Iman, double Arsenal defence or Mikalenko. Double Arsenal defence. I can't see Man United scoring, mate. I'm a Man United fan. I just can't keep it. I just don't know. Thanks, Sol. Thanks, buddy. I'm trying to. I'm literally, the aim at the start of the season was just to finish top 100,000. The fact I'm currently inside the top 5,000, I don't know if I'm going to like get stage fright and completely lose the plot or not. But I need to, that's why like this stroke of genius, taking a -8 could actually be worth it in the long run. It could, but then also in my head I'm like going, if I wild card in game week 30 or 31, then I just need players for like literally the next couple of weeks. And then maybe I don't need to be bringing in some of these players. I really don't know. This is the conundrum I'm in. I've got 39 minutes to think about it and figure out what the hell I'm going to do. All right, let's just remove that, get back to the normal team and figure it out. What looks best? Areola. Maybe that's the transfer I make this week. Areola in for Fabianski and roll. It doesn't look good. There's too many permutations to consider. How many blanks you got next week? The only blank I'll have next week, Justice. At the moment, as you can see, I've got Isaac blanking, Salah blanking, and then at the moment I've got Hall and Alexander-Arnold, but I'm going to be transferring Hall out, so that means I'll have no blanks in the defence, which means it's just my goalkeeper position, and I don't know if it's worth wasting another transfer. This will be the 4th transfer I've made on goalkeepers this season outside of wildcard out of 28. Like, that is stupid. Like, the amount of transfers I've wasted in this position doesn't feel good, which makes you think I just want to take a 0 there next week and just bugger the goalkeeper off. Like, how many of them are going to keep clean sheets, right? Like, who's actually going to keep a clean sheet next week? Is it really worth making a transfer for 2 points? I don't think it is. How many blanks you got? Play Hoytson or Gapco. I think you've got to play Gakpo and just make sure your first sub's good. Do I think Tottenham could keep a clean... do I think Bournemouth could keep a clean sheet against Tottenham? Anything's possible against Tottenham. The only problem is you're playing against Tottenham. And you'd never know what you're going to get from Tottenham. That's the hardest thing. Like, I just don't know if you're going to get anything or how it's going to look or whatever. They are such a hard team to pick against. It's just weird, isn't it? It's weird. Absolutely weird. Are you going to chip next week? No. I'm not going to play any chips next week. I'm thinking of Bruno, Nico Williams instead of Semenyo, Guardiol. See, I really like Guardiol from next week, which is why I was thinking about getting him in this week and playing him instead of Trent. Yeah, Tottenham have Van de Ven and Romero, but they haven't been very fit. And the last couple of times they've both come back, they've gotten injured again pretty much straight away. So I'm not sure about them. They're weird. They're weird assets. Tottenham are just a weird team. There's a reason why they're called Spurs, because they're very Spursy. All right, maybe we just make this whole transfer, leave Isaac on the bench and hope for the best. Or do I just completely bet against West Ham, believe Isaac will play, bench Bruno this week, play him next week? Oh, it's just so much to think about. Who would you put first on bench? Aina, Dango or Hodgson? Yeah, I think what you're saying suggests makes a lot of sense. I'd just rather always play a midfielder over a defender first on my bench. But sometimes defenders get huge hauls. It's just so hard to predict when they're going to get those huge hauls. So, like, I don't know, it's one of them weird ones, really. But, yeah, I understand where people are coming from. Yo, Trevor, how are you, buddy? Good to see you on the chat again. Oh, mate. Might sell Aina for Guaviol, then I'll be running Guaviol, Virgil van Dijk and Munoz for the back end. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Like, Virgil van Dijk always plays for Liverpool, right? You can always guarantee that they're very rarely going to rest him. Very rarely are they going to rest him. All right, so Hall's probably the priority transfer here. Let's just get rid of him. And is Areola really going to be... Is Areola really going to be like the answer? Obviously played... I mean, the problem with making the goalkeeper transfer, it just doesn't feel like a good use of a transfer. This one, though, did look pretty good, though. Guaviol in. Leave Hall. Wonder if there's a world where I can just move Trent and just get Haaland in this week. I don't think there is. I think I have to make another forward move. Cross that off. Move him in. 2.7, yeah. I can't actually bring Haaland in for Isaac this week without making a third move. Match day minutes. Hall to 8 Nori, Cunha to Wissa, on Dye to Beto. All right, Hall to 8 Nori sounds good. It's definitely someone I've considered, Hall to 8 Nori. Cunha to Wissa, or Dye to Beto. I think you move this. Well, mate, your team really needs some work. Not free hitting in game week 2, and if I don't make a transfer, I'll have to play both Kirkes and Mikalenko. Yeah, you've got to move one. I would be moving this week. For the next 2 weeks in isolation, Beto has probably got the better fixtures across the 2 weeks compared to Wissa. But Wissa is a monster on the big chances falling his way. And I've had Wissa for the last 5 weeks. I was exceptionally unlucky the first 3, and then the last 2 he's finally come good. So, I don't know. I feel like if I had to pick between the 2, like Brentford's fixture run coming up does get significantly hard, but so does Everton's. So, like, there's not much to shout between them. Where's Beto? Like, Beto's got Wolves and West Ham. You would argue that that's far better fixtures than what Brentford's got. But they are playing Aston Villa, who are notoriously bad after the Champions League. It's a really tough one, you know. I feel like both are really good options. I feel like you probably just want to make a transfer in the forward line because you want at least a second forward playing. 3 from Trent, Gabriel, Robinson and Nori. You bench Robinson on those 3, I'd say, Peter. Yeah, I think Beto's fine. For the next 2 weeks, Beto's actually a pretty good move. I'm not going to lie, he's pretty good. There's no world where I can... Oh, actually, hold on. Oh, no. It still requires a third move. Like, Palmer still has to go in any one of these worlds. What does that leave me? 11 mil. That's just 6 and 5, isn't it? I'm just toying around with stuff at this time to see if what I'm thinking about might even work. 5.1. Midfielders. I could bring in Souček here. He'd be really good value. 5.1 Damsgaard. Oh, I could bring in Damsgaard. Shade. Both of these guys have hit triple figures for the season. That's insane. How they got that many points and they're only 5.1? I mean, Damsgaard's one of those players that if he goes off, he's going to go off. Could be an interesting move. I know. I've got 30 minutes to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with Hall. Maybe I just leave him. Leave him and roll and just ruin the rest of my team. I mean, the thing is that this could spectacularly backfire. Like if Trent starts against Southampton, scores, keeps a clean sheet, moving for Guavia, who potentially, realistically, could concede to Chris Wood, makes 0 sense. So maybe I just leave Cole Palmer this week and leave Haaland for next week. And then just roll with Isaac and just move Hall out for someone. That's probably the smart move to do. And then worry about the rest afterwards. I think that's probably the intelligent play. Most people that are going to be taking hits will be taking hits next week. Yeah, I have a good 11 both weeks, really. So this week it's going to be the team currently as it stands. Whoop, there we are. That's the team. Like, the team's actually pretty good. I've got no problems with the team. I'm just being greedy, and I want a better bench. It's pretty much what it comes down to. All right, Creswell. Okay, that could be good. Maybe I'll just go for Creswell, save the money, and then just hope for the best. I'm not sure if Isaac's starting or not. Ariam Patil. I've got him benched on my team, so I just can't see Newcastle risking it. Like, part of me is like, I understand why people are going, why are you benching Isaac? I benched him last week as well against Liverpool, and I didn't know he was going to be injured. But I was quite comfortable benching him last week against Liverpool. And to be honest with you, I'm quite comfortable benching him against West Ham. I don't think Newcastle beat West Ham. It's probably news to the governor's ears. I know, we don't know what Slot's doing. That's why I need to move Hall, because I really don't want Milinkovic coming on against Man City. You never know. Forest might absolutely just tail up Man City. I just can't see it happening myself. I suppose the good news is I get 1 week. If I don't jump on the Haaland bandwagon too early, I get 1 more week's worth of info, or this weekend's worth of info. And like, the only player that's realistically going to change in my team is Hall, right? So like, Hall's definitely going to drop in price. He has to be moved. So that is the number one thing that needs moving. Everything else is a bit of a luxury. And I don't really want to make a goalkeeper transfer. I've known this for yonks, but I just can't justify a -4 for a bloody goalkeeper. When realistically, most of them every week aren't keeping clean sheets. So it just feels bad. It feels bad. All right, let's get rid of Hall. Let's just do rock, paper, scissors and hope for the best. I mean, Munoz this week would be brilliant. Hold on, let's have a look. So if I went Munoz, it's a real short-term play. Player information. I'd keep him till game week 30. If I wildcarded him 31, I can get rid of him, because I don't want him really for any of those fixtures after that. He might be good attacking-wise, but the clean sheet potential's definitely gone. Maybe that's the play. Maybe I just go Munoz in for Hall. Wildcard him 31. Don't need him post that. Other than if I free hit in 32. That could be the play, you know. Oh, yeah, Palmer's definitely going. He's got to go. Yeah, Palmer's definitely got to go. Next week, he's definitely gone. I just want to work out whether there's a way. I really want Jared Bowen in my team. I just got to work out how it's feasible. Let me go back here and work it out again real quick. Where are we? So Bowen's there, Haaland's there, Guaviol. Then Hall can become... He can become 8 Nori in this scenario. Whoops. Delete. 8 Nuri. Defenders. So 8 Nori's next 4 fixtures are amazing, right? Like, look at them. Everton home, Southampton away, West Ham home, Ipswich away. Ideally, I would have liked Southampton and Ipswich to be at home, but they're not. But for a run of 4 fixtures, on paper, it looks pretty delicious. So I think potentially that's where I need to go. Maybe it is 8 Nori that comes in. That would be the -8. 0 money in the bank at all, which means I roll with 10 players next week, no goalkeeper, but the team would be Guaviol, 8 Nori, Kirkez, or Milenkovic. I really don't know. I've got to figure that one out. Wissa, Haaland, Wood, Fernandez, Bowen, and Buemo, Kluivert. That's a pretty damn good team. I think that next week it would be a massive green arrow. Well, not massive because it can't be that massive. But it's just a matter of whether I take that -8 this week or if I just spread a -8 or I just do a -4. No, a -8 next week. It's all very complicated, isn't it? No, it'd be a -4 next week. Sorry, because I wouldn't be doing these moves today. It would just be 8 Nori for free, and then I'd do those 3 straight after the deadline, so no price rises affected me, and then I'd play 10 next week for a -4. That actually sounds pretty good now that I think about it like that. Sells or Kepa. Don't think any of them keep clean sheets, but I think Kepa will get save points over Sells. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd play Kepa as well. That's definitely who I would go. Oh, Rahi's just sent me a message. Let's have a look. Make the Isaac to Haaland transfer, to be honest. Or the Trent to Guaviol. I want to know if you're still in the chat, Rahi. Are you listening? I've just sent you a message. Is it worth a -8? Question mark. Let me know what you think. I'm still not sure if it's worth a -8. What do you think of Marmoush instead of Haaland if your team value is not enough? What do you think of Marmoush instead of Haaland? I don't think I like Marmoush instead of Haaland, is the honest answer. But I do understand it. Yes, he's in the chat, my man. But is it worth, Rahi? Is it worth just playing with 10 next week? That's the key. Hello, Fundles. How are you? Start Dango or Mikolenko. I'm still always tempted to play a midfielder or a forward over a midfielder or a forward over a defender. That's just my personal. That's always my gut feel. Do I make the goal? Oh, hold on. All right, so Rahi, listen to this. So I can either take out. So I'll show you the 2 different options. So let's just whack them in. Where are we? Guaviol, add player. Get rid of that. Midfielders, Bowen. Like, this is super high risk, high reward doing what I'm doing here. But in theory, it could work, right? I could even get away with not having to wildcard when everyone else is wildcarding with this move. It's definitely possible. So bear with me. So the one move, I could do that. This week, 0 cost, 8 points. It's going to cost me a -8. But my team looks literally next level lit. Yes, I'm getting rid of Cole Palmer. In reality, I probably should have moved him this morning before Bowen and Palmer dropped. But if we go here really quickly and we go to the other page, let's go, let's just go 8 Nori here. It might have to be one Bissaka. I haven't quite worked that out yet. And let's go to Areola. Hold on. Bear with us a second. Got 21 minutes to think about this. Pressure's on, baby. Pressure's on. All right. He needs to go to Bowen. Midfielder. Bowen. I think I'm going to be slightly short doing it this way. Or maybe I'm not. 14.6. I told you I'd be short. I'm short by... Hold on. Haaland. Oh, my God. Forwards, Haaland, All right, so the thing is, I need a 4.6 million defender. That's what I need. That's what I need. 4.6 million defender. Who's good for 4.6? All right, let's go to defenders, and we want 4. Let's go 5. So Munoz is 5, 4.9, 4.7, 4.7, 4.8, 4.9, 4.5. Collins is not a good pick. That's not an option. LaCroix is not a good pick. Wan-Bissaka I can't do because I've got Ariola, Fabianski and Bowen. Mikalenko for a couple of weeks. I mean, it's not the worst shout in the world, right? I have Pereira manager. Should I transfer him out? Hello, Kevin. Yes, you should definitely transfer Pereira out. I like Graham Potter this week. If you're chasing table bonus, Graham Potter's my best shout this week. Governor can confirm. Nico Williams. Oh, Simon changed. Where did you come from with that suggestion? I love that. Yes, I should have just gone a little bit further down. So it's either Nico Williams or Hodgson. I mean, both of them are pretty good, right? Like Nico Williams and Hodgson could both double in 33 as well. It's between one of those two. Who do I think is most likely to keep clean sheets? Look at Kilman. All right, let's have a look. Kilman, let's have a look. See how. All right, let's have a look. Kilman, Max Kilman. Max Kilman's could be an option. Is he fit though? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Look at that. Oh, hey, Governor, where was this suggestion? Max Kilman, 4.3 million. That is exactly that. Oh, but hold on. I can't get him. He's from West Ham. That's not going to work. Oh, no. It could. It could work because then this could be Saar. Hold on. Okay, that could work. That could be Saar. And then I've got a 4.5. Then I could be Wan-Bissaka or Kilman. Genius. Absolute genius. That's possible. I'm telling you that all right, there's some would you start Foden or Wood? I would start Wood, probably. Phil Foden, mate, there's actually some really good shouts here for the -8. Like the -8. And then I play with a full 11 next week. It's very tempting. And then I just hope that everything goes right this week. I think you just got to do it. I've got to do it for the memes, right? Is it even spectacularly backfire? Like -8's going to drop me down probably 5,000 rank at least straight off the bat. But next week, I'll be looking really pretty. Lots of people will be taking -4s, -8s. And even if I get an injury this week, I'll have that free transfer to be able to deal with it. So maybe this is actually the correct move. Cole Palmer's been trash. He probably scores a hat-trick after I do this. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Because then, realistically, Trent... These games here are very scary because I feel like Liverpool could have the league won by here. Trent becomes a good sell for like Guardiola around there as well. I could doing this week potentially means I don't have to wild card and I could save it for a later spot. That's the key thing, I think. Palmer, Salah, and Trent Isaac for free and get Haaland one other, then wildcard 30-31. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely possible. I mean, the reason why I want to bring in Haaland is because of the fact I don't want to have to wildcard, if I'm being honest. That's why I'm contemplating the -8. It sounds absolutely ludicrous, but I think it's possibly worth it. It's definitely worth it, I think. The more I think about it, the more I think it's worth. Or, okay, hold on. Bear with us a second. Maybe it's not worth a -8. Maybe it's worth a -4. So bear with me here. So, hold on. Areola. Maybe I leave Hall until next week. I take a 4-point hit this week and I just transfer out Hall tonight before he drops again. And then I just... The problem is I think Alisson keeps a clean sheet and I don't think Areola keeps a clean sheet. I don't think Sarr does either. So I'm like sacrificing 4 points from what I think is going to be a clean sheet from Alisson. This is the conundrum, right? That's the problem. It's either that or it's Trent out for, as I said, Guardiol. But I've still got this whole problem. Still got this whole problem. 15 minutes chopping block. I know. I'm going to end up making the dumbest move ever. Ideally, there's a world where I don't do this transfer because I really want this double Liverpool defence against Southampton. All right, maybe we just do that. All right, we're going to restore Alisson just because I want that clean sheet potential. I'm going to move Alisson on wildcard, I think. And then defenders, Guardiol. And now I could still move Hall to 8 Nori then. Or do I back in the... I could even go Murillo, you know. Oh no, he's 4.8. Defenders. 5. Oh no, Murillo's 4.7. I can actually do Murillo in. Double Nottingham Forest defence actually looks pretty good. From like next week onwards, it looks pretty good. Doesn't look good this week. But I won't be playing double Nottingham Forest defence. Yeah. This is painful. I still don't know what I'm doing. Lots of people have obviously gone off to look at their own teams briefly now. Well, I'm sitting here literally in a conundrum, still working through the different options that are available. I think the Cole Palmer move out is one I want to do. Now I don't have to worry about Trent starting against Southampton. If Trent scores and absolutely kills my rank, I'm going to be so filthy with my life. Yeah. I think the taking the -4 is probably worth it. And then I deal with Hull after this deadline. Yeah. I think -4 is pretty good, I think. Pretty good. I think I'm okay with that. It's just a matter of what else I do. Let's have a look. Guardiol in for Trent. Nottingham Forest away. Hold at 8 Nori. This is tough. This is not what I signed up for. I wish Haaland got injured so I didn't have to worry about this kind of nonsense. I feel like this is a move that's going to pay off. I mean, Liverpool, surely they'll do a Plymouth Argyle. Still with you, Anthony. Hey, what's going on, Jimbo the Daddy? I'm still working out what the hell I'm doing with my team. I'm literally losing the plot here. All right, yeah, good plan. Good plan, Justice. I like it. I like it. The Haaland. Do I just bring him in for this game week? I'm literally delaying a -8 1 week. Oh, bringing it forward 1 week. If I knew that Trent started and played 60 minutes against Southampton, I probably don't do anything. Oh, yeah, 100%. This is why I kind of just want to make one move. Off to London now, yes. Thanks to the stream, man. Best of luck. Currently 12th in your mini league. Yeah, let's go. I like it. I like it. Start Semenyo 8 Nori on Wanyeri. Semenyo all day long, Mark. I actually don't know. I feel like I'm actually going to change my mind here. I'm like so uncertain. When I'm uncertain, I don't like doing stuff, which is why I haven't actually made any of these moves. And the sole reason why I think this is maybe what I'll do. I think we'll restore, remove, restore, remove, restore. I think I just want to. I don't need Isaac to play this week. Like I don't think that makes my team that much better. Yeah, exactly. And I think potentially I'll play whoever I get rid of Hall for. I think I'm just going to bench. Or maybe, no, actually, if I bring in 8 Nori, he probably starts, right? Anyone else just sits on the bench as fodder. It's mainly to protect my bench in case Trent doesn't start. And I think I'm going to start Milinkovic or Kirkes. Kirkes all day long, Jimbo. Sorry, buddy. I've kind of neglected the chat because I've got 7 minutes to figure out what I'm doing with my own team and I haven't figured it out yet. No Gordon, no Hall. Surely Newcastle not looking good. I would agree. Justice, it's not looking good at all. I don't think it is looking good for Newcastle. D-Tuck, should I play Hodgson or Doherty? Doherty's now yellow flagged, Darren, but I would probably start him instead of Hodgson, I think. Oh, yeah, well, he wasn't flagged when I told him to buy him. I don't even know. I have no idea why he's been yellow flagged. He was not mentioned in the press conference. I went for all the press conferences. It's like FPL have just added a yellow flag to his name to put people off. I've got no idea about any leaks or predictions. The early game is Man City against Forest. Hold on. Let me have a look at something. All right, hold on. Let me have a look at the betting odds. The betting odds tell a lot of things. I've heard of that psychology, Jimbo the Daddy. Doesn't work on me, unfortunately. I've flicked the coin a few times and I just sit there and I just do whatever it lands on. That's my philosophy. You know what we'll do? We'll get a coin. I've got a coin here somewhere. Actually, I don't have a coin. I've got someone else. All right, we've got an FPL D unit card, right? If it lands on FPL D unit, we just move Hall, and that's all we're doing this week. If it lands on the barcode, we're doing a -8. How's that for some luck? All right, we're going to start it with the -8 facing upwards. It landed on the D-unit sign. That means it's only Hall going. There you go, baby. Never leave anything to luck. Never leave anything to luck. All right, that's it. Hall's out. It's just a matter of who for. All right. I need to think about the money next week. Potentially, it means I need to look at someone fairly cheapish. Also, don't want to block off the Areola goalkeeper swap, which potentially may be the -4. Or the Sarr one. Sarr against Southampton sounds better, which reality means I need a 4.4 million goalkeeper. 4.4 million defender. Hold on, let me just quickly work this out again. I've got 4 minutes. Hold on, just bear with us a second. I'm just going to quickly work out that I've got this round the right way. Let's get rid of that. Bowen. All right, if you've got any other questions, I will try and answer them in the meantime, but I am literally just trying to do some maths really quickly. Gvardiol. That's going to be, what's his name? Haaland. Then I've got 4.7. Hold on. Get rid of Sarr. 5.9. What? I've cooked it. Hold on, that can't be right. Remove player. Restore. 4.7. What am I on about? Okay, I don't need to sell Beckham. What am I thinking? 4.7. I've got 4.7 to spend. 8 Nori's definitely an option. Murillo's definitely an option. All right, just refresh this page. That's going to be quicker. All right, Hall. Well, I've got two minutes. Quick think. Defenders, where are we? All right. Anyone? Far out thoughts on Wood against City. I think Wood will be okay. You better buy Doherty, mate. City defense not stable, so Wood is a good option. Yeah, he is. Good pick. Good luck. He decided to pick a fade on a card. Flip, I'm dead. 100%. All right, we've got 2 minutes. Defender. Write your defender you'd pick in the comments. It's 4.7 and under, and I'm going to shout out some names. Murillo. Wan-Bissaka. Nico Williams. 8 Nori. Hodgson. Those are your options. Oh, Semedo could be an option. Hold on. Nah, I don't like him. Nah, he's not an option. Cancel him off the wish list. Kilman's an option, potentially. 4.3. We've got 2 minutes. 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, quick. Kilman doesn't score any goals. He's got 1 assist for the season. I don't like him. He's not an option. What's the chat saying? 1 min, cooked. 8 Nori. Bench 1. Doherty. I'm going to go 8 Nori. Just for the lulz. No, I actually want a bit of money to spare. No, I don't. Fuck the money. 8 Nori. Add him. Quick. Make the transfer. Confirm. I transferred out the right player, right? Yeah, I did. All right. 8 Nori. Switch. Robinson. Kirkes, Robinson, Kirkes, Robinson, bench, save team. There we go. Done. That's the team. It's locked. 8 Nori straight into the lineup. Watch him get sent off. If that is not the best end to a deadline stream you've ever seen, then I don't know what is. Oh, mate, I have more money. I have more money to spend. Oli Scholars. Yeah, he could have been good. I just want someone that I know is going to play, and I think the fixtures over the next few weeks is pretty good. So that's the team. Salah captain, Palmer vice captain, Isaac starts on the bench of Robinson, Milenkovic, Wood, Wissa, Kluivert, and Mbeumo, Bruno Fernandes, 8 Nori, Alexander Arnold, Kirkes, and Alisson Becker. That's the team. If they bloody rest Alisson Becker, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to hunt Slot down, and I'm going to take him out. I'm going to take him out. I'm going to send him back to the stands where Egghead is, and I'll tell him he's not getting a Christmas card. He's not getting a Christmas card if he sits there and benches any of these players. He'll actually get an angry letter from the D unit that says, "Piss off, mate." Isaac over Kluivert. Watch Mbeumo blank. I hope Mbeumo doesn't blank, man. That's the team. It's 7 o'clock. It's now locked. Let's see how we go. Darren's going to kill me because I went 8-0 instead of Doherty. In other news, I'm likely to take a -4 next week and play with no goalkeeper. I think that's my plan next week. I think I'm honestly wedded to that plan. It'll be Palmer out for what's his name, Bowen. Isaac out for Haaland, and it'll be Trent out for Guardiola. That's the plan. That is the plan. I've gone triple Chelsea attack with Palmer and Kunku and Neto. Am I crazy for having that much faith in my team? No. I think that could massively pay off. I know. I'm hoping that it doesn't work out that way, Rahi, because like my whole brain. I think the reason why I didn't do it in the end is because of the fact that I sat there yesterday and like this morning, and I watched the price changes, and I was like, I've committed this far to Palmer. If I don't stay committed and I've now lost 0.1 selling price, I'm an idiot. So that's why I went. That's why I think I've decided to go this way. If Mbomo blanks and Isaac and Clive Hall, I'm going to break something. I like it. The cartel suggested to captain Palmer. Of course they have. They're a bunch of idiots. Yo, hello EA Reaper. I haven't seen you in the chat before, Mum. Please feel free to whack a sub for us. No keeper, only 2 defenders. Yeah, that's fine, Jimbo. All right, let's go to challenge. I went really well in challenge last week, by the way. I'm pretty confident. I went 111 last week. Massive. So I've been really good on the assistant manager ones. Look at that. So double down. This is the assistant manager again this week. So what is it? What's the rules this week? Assistant managers earn double points. This week, I'm going, believe it or not, with the governor's choice. I'm going with Graham Potter, baby. Graham Potter is going to pop off this week. And let's go with a team that I wish I really could have gone with this week. Let's have a look. So I'm going to go on goals. We're going to go Becker. Where is he? Alisson Becker. Thank you. Defense. We're still going to go with Trent. Oh, yeah, you got plenty of funds here, so that's fine. We're going to go with a 3-4-2. There we go. That looks pretty good. Up front, we're going to go with Isaac because I benched him. No. We're going to go with Wissa. And we're going to go with Haaland just to prove that I'm an idiot. And then we're going to go with Palmer. We're going to go with Salah. We're going to go... might have to change this mid-round, actually, to be fair. As I said, I really like Bowen, so we're going to whack him in. And we're also going to whack in... You know what? Let's whack in Ismail Assar, just for a bit of jokes. And then defense, we're definitely going to whack in Munoz. And realistically, probably going to whack in Virgil as well. I just can't see Southampton conceding. Who's my captain? Trent Alexander-Arnold is captain. Yeah, come on, mate. Definitely Salah captain. The cartel can get nicked. The cartel can get nicked. All right, guys, that's it. I might be back for a Saturday night live stream where I drown my sorrows when Haaland and co have absolutely stomped it. I think the other thing that threw me off in the end, Rahi, was that Nottingham Forest and Man City is the early kickoff, and that kind of scared me. I vaguely looked at the fixtures really quickly. I thought, oh, hold on. Maybe it's not a good move this week because of that early kickoff. Brighton against Fulham. I'm expecting a Fulham win. Palace against Ipswich. Palace win. Liverpool versus Southampton. Southampton are going to upset Liverpool. No, they're not. Salah's going to score a hat-trick. Brentford against Aston Villa. Brentford's going to win. Wissa and Mbuemo both going to score. Wolves versus Everton. Wolves are going to get a 0-0 draw. 8-0 is going to get 6 points. Chelsea versus Leicester. Chelsea win. Palmer hat-trick. Spurs against Bournemouth. Clive at double and Bournemouth win. And then Man United Arsenal. Bruno's going to score a double. And Arsenal are going to lose 2-0. And then West Ham against Newcastle. West Ham are going to win that. Jared Bowen's going to get a goal 1-0. There you go. There's Squid's prediction.